Good morning, everyone. Meteorologist Matt Holiner here, filling in for meteorologist Kirsten Lang, who is still out on maternity leave. Just wanted to give you an update on the storms that we're expecting later today and the small chance of severe storms. Now, 8 a.m. this morning, no storms around. We did see some overnight activity, but things have quieted down. We are seeing some fog in spots, though, early this morning. It is just going to be an early morning thing, and not everybody's going to see it, but some fog around. I do think all the fog is going to be gone, though, by 10 a.m., and notice still completely dry. As early as 1 o'clock, though, it looks like we'll start to see some new showers and storms pop up. And during the afternoon and early evening hours today, though the chance is small, we can't rule out some of the storms that pop up being severe. I do think most of them are just going to be routine, regular thunderstorms, heavy rain, and lightning, but we got to keep an outside chance for some damaging wind and hail. We cannot rule it out. And again, we'll have to start watching as soon as the activity starts to fire up, which will be about 1 o'clock this afternoon. Jump ahead a little bit farther and notice by the time we get to 3 o'clock, a little bit more activity, but still some pretty significant gaps. High temperatures today, very similar to what we saw yesterday. Most of us topping out in the mid-80s, and there's not going to be much wind unless you get under a thunderstorm. Wind's no more than 10 miles per hour otherwise. The peak of the activity probably going to be in the late afternoon, 5, 6 o'clock. So yeah, bad timing for the homebound commute. There are going to be some gaps in northeast Oklahoma, but there's certainly going to be heavy rain and lightning around, and that's probably going to be the biggest impact if a thunderstorm happens to pop up right over downtown Tulsa about 5 o'clock. That's definitely going to be slowing down traffic, and again, there's the outside chance we could see some damaging wind and hail. By 7 o'clock, still seeing thunderstorms around, but probably the storms starting to wind down a little bit, starting to lose their intensity. And by 9 o'clock, looks like we'll largely be dry, maybe a few leftover stray showers, but the chance for severe storms coming to an end. So the window that we're highlighting is from 1 o'clock this afternoon through 9 o'clock this evening. We're not worried about any tornadoes. We're not worried about flooding. Most are probably only going to see a quarter inch, half an inch of rain, maybe a few spots picking up an inch of rain, but nothing that would cause flooding. And again, most of the storms today are just going to be heavy rain and lightning, and that's going to be it. But we're going to have to keep our eyes out for a couple to possibly produce up to quarter-size hail and wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. It's not going to be common. Not all the storms that pop up today are going to be severe. We just got to keep our eye for a couple possibly reducing that quarter-size hail and those wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. Now, I do want to talk about tomorrow as well, because we still have a chance of storms tomorrow as well, but it looks like it's going to take longer for the storms to arrive. Now, starting the day tomorrow, just like today, with some patchy fog in the early morning hours, so it is possible you'll encounter some fog for the morning commute, but just like today, the fog is going to be gone by 10 a.m. in the morning. But the difference tomorrow, today, activity already starting to fire up by 1 o'clock. Well, look, that's not going to happen tomorrow. Even at 4 o'clock, completely dry, probably mostly sunny skies, so that means that tomorrow's going to be a warmer day. We're talking about upper 80s, low 90s tomorrow, and even less wind. Remarkably light winds, no more than 5 miles per hour. But look what happens when we jump ahead to 7 o'clock. See those storms off to the west? It does look like a pretty good chance of severe storms in western Oklahoma, but the latest models are saying that once the storms hit I-35, they're really going to be losing their intensity. So we may end up getting some showers and thunderstorms around the Tulsa area, but right now it's not looking like they would be severe storms. In fact, as it currently stands, it looks like if you're east of Tulsa, may not get any rain at all. Look at 1 a.m., everything just disappearing. So we're going to have to keep an eye on this time. If those storms out west were to arrive a little bit earlier, there's a better chance they might be severe when they arrive, maybe even getting some thunderstorms in the eastern part of the area. So that's something we're going to keep an eye on, but right now it doesn't look like a severe threat. But of course, if that should change, we'll give you an update.